Cruise lines hope seniors don't know what happens when illness strikes at sea. A 78-year-old woman had a heart attack hundreds of miles from land, and a $52,000 evacuation bill followed. Mistakes like this aren't isolated, they're warnings. At sea, illness isn't just a health risk, it can also drain your savings and leave you legally exposed. I spent months talking to former cruise ship nurses and doctors. What they revealed about onboard care changed how I think about cruising after 65. In this video, I'll reveal 5 hidden medical realities every senior needs to know, plus one legal trap that could override your wishes. Let's get started. Number 5. Medication shortages. On day 4 of her cruise, Texas retiree Susan realizes she forgot her insulin. She figures, no problem, the med center will have it. She was wrong. She goes down expecting a refill. Instead, she's told they don't carry her medication. Not her brand, not her dosage, nothing close. One former nurse put it bluntly, ship pharmacies are tiny. They stock basic meds, not the long list many seniors rely on. Insulin, special injectables, rare dosages, most aren't there. Here's the part cruise lines don't explain. Ship doctors can't just hand you medicine. They have to examine you first. They can't call your doctor back home. They can't access your pharmacy records. And even then, they often don't carry an exact match. Why is this a liability? Ship doctors aren't licensed where you live. They protect themselves legally, even if it leaves you without what you need. The fix is simple but critical. Bring more medication than your trip requires, not one extra day, double if possible. Keep backups in your carry-on, not just your suitcase. Get a letter from your doctor listing all medications using generic names, not just brand names. When calling a cruise line before booking, ask clearly, I'm over 65 and take multiple prescriptions. What happens if I run out on board? Some cruise lines partner with pharmacies in major ports. Ask which stops allow quick pharmacy access before you book. Running out of meds is stressful, but manageable. What's far more dangerous is when your health depends on treatments that must happen on a strict schedule. This is where cruising stops being inconvenient and starts becoming risky. Wait till you hear what happened when treatment schedules collided with the open sea. It landed one man in the ICU. Number 4. Time-critical treatments at risk. A 71-year-old man plans carefully. He needs dialysis every 3 days, so he chooses a cruise with stops near large cities. He books treatment appointments in advance. On paper, everything looks solid. Then, the ocean disagrees. Rough seas slow the ship. The port arrival is delayed by hours. His dialysis appointment is missed. The next opening isn't for 2 days. By the time the ship docks again, his condition is worsened. He's weak, confused, and rushed off the ship for emergency care. A former ship nurse explained it simply. Cruises run on schedules, but the sea does not. Weather, mechanical problems, and port congestion change plans all the time. The truth they never tell you is that they do not promise exact arrival times. They do not promise you'll make medical appointments on land, and they are not required to adjust the itinerary for your health needs. This affects more than dialysis. Chemotherapy, wound care, injections, infusions, and any treatment that depends on exact timing can be disrupted. Onboard medical teams cannot replace these treatments. Cruise lines treat medical scheduling as a personal responsibility, not a shared one. That's the pattern. So, here is how to beat this. If you depend on regular treatments, choose itineraries with multiple nearby ports, not one critical stop. Schedule appointments with flexibility, not exact times. Ask the cruise line directly how itinerary changes are handled when medical care is involved. Use this exact question. I require medical treatment every few days. What happens if port times change? Some cruise lines offer medical coordination help, but only if you ask in advance. Once you're sailing, options shrink fast. So far, everything we've talked about is prevention, planning, packing, asking the right questions, but sometimes preparation isn't enough. When something seriously goes wrong at sea, decisions are made quickly, and those decisions can trigger costs most seniors never expect. This is where cruises stop feeling relaxing and start feeling expensive.
Number 3. Medical evacuation costs. A retired teacher in his late 60s feels chest pressure on a cruise. The ship's doctor confirms it's a heart attack. The ship is far from land. The call is made to evacuate him. A helicopter takes him to a hospital. He survives and recovers. Weeks later, the bill arrives. Over $70,000 just for the flight. A former ship doctor told me evacuations from cruise ships routinely cost tens of thousands of dollars, sometimes well over $100,000, depending on distance and location. Something many cruisers never get told is that standard travel insurance often does not fully cover medical evacuations at sea. Maritime rules are different. Coverage that works on land may fail offshore. Cruise lines do not pay these bills, and they don't always make that clear during booking. Why? Because evacuation costs aren't their responsibility. What actually works? You need medical evacuation coverage that specifically includes maritime emergencies, not general travel insurance, not credit card perks, real evacuation protection. When shopping for insurance, say this clearly: I need coverage for emergency evacuation from a cruise ship, not just treatment on land. Some cruise lines sell evacuation coverage during booking. It can feel expensive, but it's cheap compared to paying out of pocket. If this is opening your eyes to risks you didn't know existed, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button right now. I'm releasing more videos that pull back the curtain on what cruise lines don't advertise. You'll want to see what's coming next. Now, heart attacks are clear, dialysis needs are clear, but some of the most dangerous situations at sea don't look serious at first, and when they're missed, the clock keeps ticking. That brings us to the medical reality that made several nurses say the same thing. This one still bothers me. Number 2. Misdiagnosis at sea. A 76-year-old woman feels dizzy during dinner. Her speech slurs. Her husband knows it could be a serious stroke. He rushes her to the ship's medical center. The doctor examines her briefly, prescribes motion sickness medicine, and sends her back. 6 hours later, she collapses. When she reaches a proper hospital, critical treatment time has passed, affecting her recovery permanently. One former nurse explained why this happens. Ship doctors see seasickness all the time. Many symptoms mimic common motion-related problems: dizziness, nausea, and fatigue. But the ship lacks the tools to confirm serious conditions. No CT scans, no MRIs, limited lab equipment. Diagnosis is often guesswork. Cruise lines rarely mention this. Most passengers assume the onboard medical team has the same capabilities as a hospital. They do not. Why do ships operate this way? Space is limited. Advanced equipment is expensive. Trained technicians take up room and resources that ships can't spare. Their protocol focuses on stabilizing patients, not treating every condition definitively. But smart cruisers do this instead. Seniors with stroke risk, heart conditions, or any neurological warning signs must speak up firmly. When visiting the medical center, say, I have risk factors for stroke or heart issues and want these symptoms evaluated at a full hospital, not just treated for seasickness. Bring a current medical summary listing your conditions and medications. Ship doctors cannot access your medical history, and presenting it clearly increases the chances they take urgent action. If misdiagnosis is frightening, the next reality is truly alarming. It's about the legal side of your medical care, the part almost no one anticipates until it's too late. Take a deep breath. This is serious.
Number 1. DNR and legal chaos. A 68-year-old man with terminal cancer boards a cruise with his family. He carries a legal DNR order. During a medical emergency, the crew performs full resuscitation. His wife shows the documents. They are ignored. Why? Land-based medical orders like DNRs often do not apply in international waters. Ships follow maritime protocols, not state or national documents. Even with proper paperwork, staff may override instructions to follow ship policy. One ship doctor explained, maritime law is complex. Advanced directives from home may not be legally valid on a ship. We have to follow ship protocols first. This is not negligence, it's legal liability. Ships protect themselves from lawsuits. Unfortunately, this can leave passengers' wishes unmet. Cruise lines bank on you not knowing this. Many seniors assume their advanced directives automatically apply. They do not. How to prepare? Contact the cruise medical department well before sailing. Ask exactly how your directives will be treated at sea. Use the clear phrase, "I have advanced medical directives and need to understand how they're honored under maritime law." Complete any cruise-specific medical forms for advanced directives. Some lines provide their own paperwork to confirm your intentions. Understanding this reality can mean the difference between your wishes being respected or ignored during a critical event. It's not just paperwork, it's planning for control when seconds matter. Cruising can still be an amazing experience, but the difference between a safe trip and a disaster often comes down to preparation. Know your medications, bring backups, and have clear documentation. Get insurance that actually covers maritime evacuation, not just treatment on land. Plan treatments around flexible port schedules, not exact times, and make your advanced directives known and confirmed with the cruise medical team before you sail. Now, never forget this. Cruise lines profit when you don't ask questions. They rely on passengers assuming everything will be fine, but you're not everyone else anymore. You know what happens when seniors get sick at sea. You know the gaps in coverage, the legal loopholes, and the financial traps. That knowledge is your power. Use it before you book. Use it when you board. Use it if something goes wrong. If this video changed how you think about cruising, share it with someone planning a trip. Leave a comment telling me which reality shocked you most, and subscribe, because I'm not done exposing what the cruise industry doesn't want you to know. Knowledge is the single best protection at sea. See you in the next video. Safe travels.